With that, ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest, gentlemen. I mean, we got a few ladies that hang around. Anyway, basketball. That's what we're doing. That's the name of the game. It's basketball, and we're ready to rock and roll. I know you guys had to wait, at least stream-wise, an extra day. Like Elsewhere Warrior did with 28 months.
Highly unnecessary.
28 months from the Elsewhere Warrior. You're beautiful. You're beautiful. Thank you very much. We are ready to go for a new season. We are fresh off of chat, absolutely blowing their team to goddamn shreds. A reminder of what my Minnesota Timberwolves look like at this point. I might be close to that nuclear option myself. We shall see. For chat's team, well, they ended up trading for Chris Bosh. And obviously looking to move on from Marcus Camby, but yeah, drafting John Starks Jr. That's one hell of a pick-me-up. One hell of a pick-me-up. So, Lake of Legend, Ronnie Terry-off. Indeed. So. We will see kind of what our two teams end up looking like. J. Rose with the gifted. You beautiful, handsome devil, you. So, really quickly... Again, just to get totally familiarized with the situation. Pretty straightforward for me. In terms of draft picks, no big deal. For you guys, you have both your first and the Hornets this year. Next year, you have 3 first-round picks, potentially. 2009, it's 2 first-round picks. 2010, it's 2 first-round picks. It's a pretty ridiculous time. In the meantime, with our rosters, everything's looking good for me in terms of who I have playing. And for you guys, I think it was also looking pretty good. Try to get as much depth in there as possible. Joe Ingles, the Ingles, is not going to be playing, but that is okay. So the only thing to decide at this stage is the trade block. Now, Marcus Camby is obviously on the block, someone you guys are desperate to get rid of. The question is whether or not you put anybody else there. Point guard, you have Paxson, you have Felton. B+ for Paxson in terms of potential, B- for Felton. You could keep both. And then obviously, John Starks Jr. That potential dropped a little bit, but he's still pretty damn solid. Especially at 20 years old. Not quite the Jordan that was promised. Gerald Wallace at forward. I mean, a B there, a B-. You could honestly look to move Gerald if you wanted to, just to try to get Joe that extra playing time. And then here's the big decision. At power forward, you have Bosh. Both of these guys are B+. I think your best decision is obviously to move on from Hakeem Warwick. 24, B+, 75 rated. He's never going to be a starting power forward. Let me know if you disagree. But it makes sense to try to see what you can get for him. And that's pretty much it. I mean, like I said, unless you wanted to add like a Felton or a Wallace just to see what else you could get, or even a Gortat. I don't know if you want to necessarily get rid of Gortat with him being your only big man. He's not that bad. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on kind of if you guys want to see what the return would be. All right, I've seen Felton mentioned. I've seen Wallace mentioned. All right, Wallace can't be added until the new year. We can add Gortat for the moment. And I would imagine your only untouchable is Chris Bosh. I would imagine. Livingston can't be added either. To be honest, you guys could cut him so that Ingles could play a little bit more. For me, I do at least need to see what I could get from my big players. I do. I wouldn't be able to move Butler this year. It's a tough call. I need to at least see with my big 2 what I'd be able to do. A reminder as well, the 2007 draft highlighted by one Kevin Durant and Rodney Stuckey, and of course the man, the myth, the legend, Greg Oden. So we'll see what happens. Let's rock. Immediately, I get a trade offer. PJ Tucker for Orlando Magic legend Manute Bol. PJ's 21 years old. He's below a 70, which isn't great. B potential. Man, Manute Bol's 35 at this point. Can you imagine what his knees look like? He's apparently 72 or 76. Somewhere in between. I mean, I have Turioff and Geiger, so I don't really need a Manute Bol. So we will pass on that particular option. A deal for Ronnie Turioff, then. How good is Gerald Dudley? Ooh, 23B and a second-round pick. 23C+. I do have Sean Livingston at point guard. So Dudley would be a role player. The second-round pick being in there, though, is the interesting one. Yeah, Turioff's only like 2 points or 1 point better. Dudley's not bad. I mean, he is an improvement on Turioff. It's cheaper. Not that that's going to matter. An extra guard wouldn't be a bad thing, but I think we're going to keep the extra big man in Turioff, because if I do elect to go for the nuclear option, I'll be in a better spot. Ender, what's going on, buddy? Guys get a deal for Jason Williams for Raymond Felton. That is very much not worth it at this stage of Williams' career. Ronnie Turioff for Boeheim in a second. Boeheim's 26, so definitely not. Timberwolves right now are 5-4. The Magic 3-8. So not looking bad. You haven't gotten an offer. You haven't gotten an offer for Greg Oden, though. Sean Livingston for Udonis Haslem and the Bobcats 2011 first rounder. Livingston's 21, 79, B- potential. Haslam's already 26 and pretty much capped out to where he's going to be. I mean, that first round pick could be anything. It could even be a Sean Livingston. You know? 2 to 4 weeks for Geiger. I mean, Haslam. What do the Hornets look? Oh, God. You know, in 2011, they might be bad, though. They might be bad. For the sole purpose of that's when T-Mac's deal will be up, Bonzi Wells' deal will be up. Ooh. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting trade if I think this will go another 4 years or so. Getting rid of Sean Livingston definitely means I'm giving up. And then the question is, could I get a better trade offer for Livingston? I'm going to decline it for now. I'm going to decline it for now. We are 9-4. I need to see for a little bit longer what could potentially happen. But that's, ooh, we beat the Magic by 3. Love to see it. PJ Tucker in a second for Boeheim, absolutely not. Sean Livingston for Boeheim in a second, absolutely not. You guys haven't gotten a single offer for Marcus Camby here. That's not going to be worth it no matter how good Warren is. Pistons would get the best pick of the deal. That's just a terrible trade for you guys. Absolutely terrible. So the Timberwolves, 16-12 as of January 1st. Currently in a playoff spot because our division is terrible. The Orlando Magic, 11th. Oh my God. Well, you're not going to out-tank the Knicks. Let it be known, nobody out-tanks the New York Knicks. They honestly shouldn't even be that bad. How is that even possible? How is that even possible that they're that bad? That's insanity to me. So right now, both teams kind of where we each want them to be. Knowing their luck, they won't win the lottery. True. Again, a lot of offers for Williams, but unless it's a draft pick from New York, it's not worth it for you guys at all. T-Wolves still looking okay. Asking if the Knicks are bad. Well, you know. Again, that's not going to be worth it to get rid of Raymond Felton unless it's a pick involved. You just had to have it be lottery protected, huh? That dude does have B potential, but lottery protected, I'm going to pass. For now, I'm going to pass. A lot of people suddenly have interest in Leandro Barbosa. Why would I do that? No. Some weird trades this season. For Walker. You guys don't really need a big man, so at least not anymore than you need Raymond Felton as a backup point guard. So we are pretty much at the deadline. Let's take one more look. It's not looking good. If I keep this team together, we might be able to sneak into the playoffs and do some damage. But it's not looking good. Meanwhile, the Magic, oh my God, the Knicks still only have one win. They've lost 18 games in a row. The Magic are now the second worst team in the East. And as a result, the second worst team in the league. If I pull the trigger now, I'm blowing this up. If I pull the trigger now, I'm blowing this up. I could probably do bad enough. Also, totally wanted to add PJ Tucker down to Iowa. Keep forgetting about that. For you guys, Joe Ingles down to Lakeland. Makes a lot of sense. Shockingly, you guys didn't get a single offer for Marcus Camby, but his deal's up. So, let me check something really quickly. Let me check something really quickly here. So I could add Livingston. I could trade Ray Allen. Could trade Barbosa. Can't trade Caron Butler this year. Could trade PJ. Abdur Rahim. Geiger. So the only guy that I could not trade is Caron Butler. I have to make a big choice here. I gotta make a big choice. Is it the right time to try and nuke this team? I was really hoping our record, and by ours I mean mine, would be better. Was really hoping that this team would be better. But they just don't have it. They just don't have it. Let me double check certain contract situations. I think that's what's going to make or break me. No contracts to worry about for this year at least. Greg, that's not true. I think I'm going to hold off on the nuke for now. It really does depend if I can bring in somebody in free agency. I think I'm going to hold off. I'm going to risk it. Will this team? But for now, we're going to go beyond the deadline. For you guys, Marcus Camby is refusing to re-sign. I'm sure they're just heartbroken that Marcus Camby isn't willing to come back. As you guys continue to lose games hand over fist. Jesus Christmas. But yeah, I'm going to hope my core can get it done. And maybe we are that one big addition away. But I do have one more year to try and put it together. Fortunately, I have some injuries here, and that's really going to hurt my chances. Presumably, at making the playoffs. A little bit scared. A little bit scared, because me missing the playoffs this year would be a bit of a disaster. And the lottery luck for those on the left-hand side in terms of odds has been terrible lately. 37 and 33. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I still think I made the right choice to hold on. Unfortunately, I mean, we are only 3 games back of the Sonics. So we're not totally out of it. But it looks like if we make it, it's going to be in by the skin of our teeth. Which kind of sucks, because you saw the Clippers there. They're crushing it. Alright, I already have to drop the... I gotta drop that bench utilization already. I gotta play my stars like it's nobody's business. Although maybe missing the playoffs will get my terrible coach fired. Maybe it will. But Ray, I hope you're ready to play 40 minutes, buddy. Playoffs start now. Over the next 3 weeks, we also play the New York Knicks, for God's sakes, and the Magic. So if we can't make the playoffs, what are we even doing here? Here we go. Get some W's. Are we going to make it? LeBron James wins his first MVP award for the Toronto Raptors. God damn. 22 years old. And LeBron James has his first MVP award. Donald Jones of the Portland Trail Blazers, Rookie of the Year. Andre Iguodala, 6th Man of the Year. Mr. Webster, good to see you, by the way. LeBron also won Defensive Player of the Year. Most Improved, Wendell McLeod. All-NBA First Team, Arenas, Richardson, James, Sharif Abdur-Rahim, and Pau Gasol. All Defensive Team is Kidd, Richardson, James, Garnett, and Tyson Chandler. AG on the Suns again, Jesus. The All-Rookie Team, Jones, Millsap, Oakley, Nance, and Orlando's John Starks Jr. We didn't make it. We didn't make it. Fuck. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. For chat, for your team, again, I mean, I'm still at the stage of I'm rooting for both of us. That puts you ahead. That puts you ahead. I know I have a better team now, but you've already started your process. And if I don't get a big free agent signing to really put this team together and have to blow it up, you're going to have essentially a 2-year head start on the process compared to me. We were the first team out. 2 games back of both Dallas and Memphis and Seattle. We lost out by 2 games. Fuck. Toronto Raptors and Philadelphia 76ers both won 62 games this year. The Clippers won 61. We were the top team in the league to not make the playoffs. Denver also missed out. The Orlando Magic finished 29th. The New York Knicks went 5-77. The worst team in the league. The Magic will have the second best lottery odds at 24-58. Again, how the Knicks were that bad, I have no idea. Williams, Kittles, Martin, Millsap, Muhammad. There's morale factoring in there too. I have no idea how they were that bad. You guys can never complain about a coach again. Unless you have this guy. 17 years in the league. Who do you have dirt on? Jesus Christ. Who do you have dirt on to be in the league for that long? In terms of the player stats, that's a tough pill to swallow to miss out on the playoffs with Sharif and Ray Allen on this team. That's fucking tough. That's real tough. For you guys, Chris Bosh led the way. Paxson, Felton, Starks. Camby didn't do a whole hell of a lot, but decent. Obviously, you had some good youth on the team. But not a single trade offer for who you would have preferred to move is a little bit tough. Jay Rich, 33 points a game. Jesus Christ. 14. Ooh, fuck. I chose Sharif over Zach Randolph. They were the top two men in terms of rebounds per game, but Randolph, I mean, I don't know. That's a tough call, especially given I might trade Sharif sooner rather than later. Shout out to the LA Lakers' Penny Hardaway, by the way. 35 years old. Tough pill to swallow. But it does set us up for a really interesting offseason when we're both technically going to be in the lottery. I'm going to have the worst odds, though.